Hi, it's Larry Fobbs, and I want to thank you for watching this video. So today we're talking about keto, such as this product here, Keto 4, the best product on the market. So we're continuing our series to talk about the subject of keto, and today we're going to have Nurse Cindy, and it's going to be on the following video after this right here. She's going to talk about why, when people are on keto, why does it seem like it's taking a long time for them to lose weight? Because either they plateaued off or what have you. But she's going to talk about it. And so that's what I wanted to tell you today. You ready to listen to Cindy? She has some very good points. She's been in business for quite a while. And also, like I like to say, this product here, Keto 4, the best product on the market. Okay, until my next video, take care.
Hi everybody, happy Memorial Day. It's Monday. And this is Cindy from Ask Nurse Cindy. How are you? I don't know how many of you are going to be able to join me. You're probably out enjoying barbecues and good times with friends and family, but I thought I'd pop on because I wanted to take a few minutes as I continue to look at research, as I continue to live the ketogenic lifestyle. I wanted to share with you some things that I've learned that I think are very, very, very vital. Hi, Kathy Dowdy. How are you? So as people are coming on, let me see if I can get my glasses on. Yay for Kathy Dowdy, my friend from like decades and decades ago. So I've been a registered nurse for 39 years, been overweight my entire life. I've been on this ketogenic journey more than a year now, just a little bit over a year. And it has been a journey. And today what we're going to talk about is probably one of the most important videos I've done in the sense of appealing to you to not give up. Please don't give up. It just breaks my heart when I get messages from folks or you say things in the different comment section on my YouTube channel or here on Facebook that it's not working for me. The scales haven't moved in 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 3 months. You name the length of time. So I'm just gonna quit. And I wanted to talk to you about what's going on. Why do some people lose faster than others? On the scales, and why is that really the least important thing we have? It really is. Yes, of course I started this to lose weight. I think we all did. But and I'm a professional dieter. Oh my gosh, you name it, I've done it. Honest to goodness, you name it, I've done it. And yet I would do it for a month, maybe two, maybe I'd lose 15 or 20 pounds. And then I would get tired of the restrictions, and I would be fighting all of these hormonal things I'm finding out happens to us when we go on a low calorie diet. So let's talk a little bit about what actually happens with the standard American diet and why your rate of weight loss may not fit your goals or someone that you know may be losing faster. Or here's the scary part. Someone online says that they've lost 20 pounds a month for 5 months, and in 5 months they've lost 100 pounds. Doesn't that make us feel inadequate, right? Doesn't that make us want to say, well, I might as well give up. This lady I've never met or this guy I've never met says they've lost 100 pounds in 5 months. It must not be worth it. I'm just going to quit. So first off, let me tell you what I do with some of those folks. I actually go and click on their profile and I see if they've got it to the point where their security features allow me to go in. Because when it sounds too good to be true in anything in life, sometimes, most of the times it is. And I have been very saddened, and Debbie and I have talked about this. I think Debbie, my sister's on here too. Hi, Debbie. That they oftentimes are not telling the truth. I don't know what it is inside of them that needs to try to make life or their weight loss better than it was. Maybe it's an intention, maybe, I don't know. I don't need to know. But many times when you look at their profile pictures, sometimes they've lost that much weight, but it's been a 2-year journey. A lot of times I'm like, you were never, I'll go back 2 or 3 years and the pictures that they post aren't that. So first off, we have to understand that what people say online is not necessarily truth. Gasp. I want you all to do that. Oh, you're kidding. Just because it's online doesn't mean it's automatically true. So that might be the first reason. Number one, they are not telling the truth. Number two, gender. Men have greater muscle mass, their metabolisms, their resting metabolic. I know, give me some hearts and laughs. Isn't that funny that it may actually be that someone's fibbing and that we're setting ourselves up to quit just because of someone who has some unmet need in their life that they need to be less than truthful about their rate of loss? Sometimes it's actually pretty true, but they are very, very large. They've got maybe 300 or 400 pounds to lose, and that makes more sense because if you go on a ketogenic diet, you're going to release a lot of fat. Number 2, gender. Men typically will lose faster than women. All right, Buttercup, that's just the way it is. We got to yank up our big girl panties that now have slippage on our hippage. How many of you remember I did a video a while back that I could not figure out why I kept getting wedgies? I could not figure out why my underwear was riding up, and I'm a professional and I get up and lecture on stage, and I was like trying to talk with trying to talk with a wedgie, and it's gonna be, I gotta turn my car back on. It's really hot here in San Antonio, so if you hear a little background noise, I'm sorry about that. This is my studio, my car. I'm waiting to go in and see Beauty and the Beast with my daughter Lauren and my grandson. So anyway, gender is going to impact it. They lose, back to my slippage on my hippage. What happens is that my bottom had gotten smaller. After this, I'm going to post, my sister Debbie sent me the 1 year 1 year picture of me when I was up in Canada last year, and I'd only been on ketogenic for a couple of weeks, and I had a picture of me in front of this wood carving of a bear. And then she sent me the picture I sent him a while back in a size 10 jacket and pants. And it was incredible. If I'd given up when things got slow, if I wasn't losing as fast as someone online or a guy I knew, I would not be where I am today. Still have a ways to go, absolutely, but I have decided to just enjoy the journey, and I hope you do too. So number 1, people may be fibbing. Number 2, male gender tends to lose faster than women. Number 3, what's your age? Are you over 45? Are you athletic and you are really still working out? Or are you like me and you're more like the 60-year-old couch potato lady who never really played much of any type of sport and probably doesn't have the muscle mass of a gnat? Okay, so that absolutely, age and your lifestyle, I guess I'm combining 2 in 1 there, have a big impact. All right, so it's just the sad but true, the older we get, the more our metabolic rate of all of our cell turnover changes. I have been doing some exercise, but not consistently. I was talking to my daughter, and I said, you know, it's something I need to do. I know I need to add muscle mass. I know I need to do that, and I'm doing better. Doing some of my friend Howard Utra's videos I've posted here. My friend that does keto, he's a 4th degree black belt. So, and he's doing things that are doable for us. He just sent me a glute and a leg one, and I'm going to post that later today. So I'm going to post my before and after pictures so you guys can see how far I've come in a year. And number 2, I'm going to encourage you to know that if you're getting wedgies, your underwear is getting big. You've got less junk in the trunk. I had a lady ask me, am I shrinking in height because my pants are longer? I said, sweetie, you've got less junk in your trunk. There's slippage on your hippage. So anyway, so if you're having wedgies, get some new underwear. I do encourage you that. Number 4, why am I not losing as fast as others? How long have you been overweight? I've been overweight since probably the egg was fertilized. All right. So we have a harder problem metabolically, because when we change our eating habits, when we choose to put fewer carbs in our mouth, we are allowing many, many beneficial things to happen to our body. When we go into ketosis, many, many, many beneficial things happen. I wrote down some stuff. Let me see if I can find it in my notebook, because a lot of you ask me about fatty liver disease. I have fatty liver disease. Can I safely do the diet? Let me read you some stuff. This is very interesting. There are estimated between 70 and 90 million Americans with fatty liver disease, non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. And what that means is that your liver, which is the 2nd largest organ in your body, has become congested with fat. Our liver does over 500 metabolic things for us, over 500. And it weighs about 3.5 pounds. It's up under our right rib cage. And it is responsible when we eat carbohydrates and our body digests them. Those sugars, it turns into blood glucose. It comes out of our intestines and comes into our bloodstream. They pass through our bloodstream. Blood flow comes through the liver, and it will take those, and it will, whatever isn't used by the muscle or that the liver doesn't need to help itself function, it will say, oh, okay, so we don't need this much. Insulin's out there and it's signaling back to me that the blood sugar is too high. I'm going to package this up, and it takes the glucose and it turns it into triglycerides. I don't even have a numb lip like I did the other day. If you haven't seen that video, I did a video right after the dentist where both sides of my lower jaw were numb, and it was pretty funny. I got the giggles because I'm spitting and slurring and drooling. But anyway, watch that if you haven't. But what our liver does is it will take the glucose and it literally turns it into triglycerides. And these triglycerides now are going to be what the body can't store as fat, what the insulin can't take care of. And this happens over time. And this is why how long you've been overweight is important. The longer you've been overweight, the more yo-yo dieting you've done, the more low carb, low calorie, high carb diet you've done, you have overstimulated your pancreas to the point and overstimulated your cells who keep, it's like every 2 hours we're knocking on the door of our cells saying, hey, you want some more glucose? Hey, you want some more glucose? And our cells are like, oh my God, enough. I can't do it anymore. I'm stuffed. And it's like overstuffing a suitcase and trying to get it into the overhead bin. Our cells just can't handle it. So they start refusing. They start going, oh no, ding dong. Insulin's going ding dong. Carbs calling, ding dong, carbs calling, like the old Avon lady. And what happens is that it does not want to receive it. Our cells become resistant to the insulin. The blood sugar builds up. And so it's not being effective. And now the liver says, crap, I got to take this and do something with it. I'm going to package it up as triglycerides. And I'm going to try to deal with that. So your triglycerides go up. But what the liver tries to do is it takes on functions it never should. And it stores that fat. You end up with a fatty liver, not because you eat fat, but because you're eating carbohydrates in excess. So there's a couple of, sorry about that, just had a call come in. There's a couple of strategies. Number one, reduce your carbohydrates, especially your fruits. Fructose actually has to be addressed directly by the liver. So drop your carbohydrates dramatically. Try some intermittent fasting where you don't allow yourself to be bombarding your cells every couple of hours. This whole 3 meals and 3 snacks a day is as old-fashioned and antiquated as thinking low calorie is going to get us where we want to go. So it really, these are the things that are going to impact it. Your age, how long you've been overweight, how much, how, people are lying. A whole host of things. My daughter just walked by the car and waved at me like, come on in, Mom, we've got to go watch the thing. But let me read you a little bit more about how to know if you might be getting, and fatty liver disease, just like diabetes, is silent. Until it crosses over into critical mass, it's silent. So and please share this. Those of you that are on here, share this with your friends. This might surprise you. Do you have dark patches or know someone with dark patches on the back of your neck, your elbows, or under your axilla? Oftentimes that's a symptom that you may have fatty liver disease, insulin resistance, hyperinsulinemia, meaning too much insulin in your bloodstream. Skin tags like especially around your neck or under your arms, around your eyes. I had a lot of skin tags. When I first heard this from Dr. Adam Nally, I could not believe it. But skin tags are actually a sign that you have insulin resistance and or fatty liver disease. And the problem with fatty liver disease in and of itself makes your liver swell up. It can give you shortness of breath. It can push up on your diaphragm. It can cause a whole host of problems. Skin tags, age spots to some degree, dry scaly skin, excessive arm hair, and itching on the palms of your feet and the palms and the bottom of your feet. So it starts out as inflammation and swelling. We get these fatty deposits. It can actually lead to scarring and cirrhosis. So fatty liver disease is the leading cause of liver transplants in a non-alcoholic situation in the U.S. right now. And it definitely almost overlaps exactly with obesity and diabetes, type 2 diabetes. So what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that what the scales say is absolutely different than what might be going on. First, you've got to get your blood sugar under control. You've got to reduce your insulin. Your fatty liver needs to resolve. The older you are, the longer you've been overweight, the higher the likelihood is that you have non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. And if you drink alcohol as well as you're overweight, the insult to your liver is tremendous. So there's a lot we can do with self-education, with knowledge, to be patient with our body. To be patient as all of these hormones and these 500 things that the liver does for us start to regulate out. We have to be okay that what we're doing with this low carbohydrate, high fat diet, medium protein. I had someone email me the other day wanting to know, she sent me her macros and she was eating about 160 grams of protein a day and 114 grams of fat. That is way too many calories and way too much protein for our body to digest. So hope that helps. Be patient. If this interests you, let me know. I've got a daughter sort of jumping up and down like the movie's getting ready to start, so I do have to go. I should have started this earlier, but I hope that helps. Don't trust everything you read. Understand that your gender, your age, how long you've been overweight, if you're type 2 diabetic, if you have insulin resistance, if you've been told you have metabolic X syndrome, if any of that is going on in your life, this is the best lifestyle for you. It's not a 2-week diet. It's not a 1-week diet. This is what's going to help you be healthy.